What's going on, everybody? First off, let me know if you can hear my mic, if it's too loud, because I adjusted the control panel and it said it was like 20%. So I kicked it up to like 90%. So am I blowing your ears out right now, or can you even hear me? Let me know, because I'm using my Shure for streaming, which I used it last time when we did Hit the Bricks. And I don't know. I like this setup, so I feel like using it now. So let me know. Let me know if you can hear me, okay? And yeah, the DDLive is on. Sounds good. Thank you, Chester. Appreciate that. House of Horror, hell yeah. Good way to start a live stream. Chester. Chester's saying hello to Kevin. Let's see. Duratan, hell yeah. These sounds good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Gene, you're all good. Thank you. Mikey Weiss, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well, brother. Tanker Yanker, that's a great name. Tanker Yanker. Polly, what's up? How you doing, Polly? Nicholas Vincent, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Nuclear fusion. Yes, yes, yes. I wonder why my control panel set it to 20%. Did it think that anybody would hear me? I don't know. That's the thing about when you go live. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're getting as far as like audio goes. You don't know. I mean, I could put on the like phantom mode or whatever you call it, but you know, you don't truly hear what the sound is until after the fact. So I'm depending on you guys. I'm going to believe you. I'm going to believe you. Man, this beanie's freaking hot. It is hot. It's hot in Florida. I don't know why I'm wearing a beanie. I'm stupid. That's why I'm stupid. That's why I'm wearing a beanie. Okay. I think I look cool, but I don't. It's stupid. All right. What are we doing? Vanity, my favorite sin. Lee, you should check out the new Wolverine PS5 trailer that just dropped from today's Sony State of Play. Well, I did see they got the, I'm looking at it right now, the new Halloween, the game. That's why I just like at the last second changed my thumbnail and my title. The game stock consoles and PCs next September, a year from now. So we got a trailer for that. We'll look at that. We're going to look at some horror news. Mikey says he watches in silence like a creeper. That's the best way to do it, though, really, if you think about it. It really is. It really is. Tonight, House of Horror. Let's see. Here we go. Hold on. Hey, Lee, are you planning on going to see Strangers Chapter 2? I've already seen some reviews on it, and from what I'm seeing, it isn't good. I'm not surprised. I am seeing it tomorrow night, going in with a open, you know how it is. You can watch every review under the sun, but if you really, really want to see that movie, you're going to go see it, and there's that glimmer of hope. Okay. And guys, here's a question for you. All right. What is a movie that every critic, maybe including me, was just like ripping the movie to shreds, and you're thinking, oh man, I know this is going to be bad. And then you went and seen it and you liked it. As I'm sure that's happened. I did not like Strangers Chapter 1. I'll tell you that. But you can take these off, right? I'll put them on when we watch The Hand That Rocks the Cradle trailer. What was I saying? Yeah. Strangers Chapter 1 was really, really bad. And so sometimes it's good to go in with the lowest of expectations, though. So that's, maybe some, maybe the new setting. I am a sucker for like a hospital setting. So that's going to get me 10% there, maybe 20%. We'll see. We'll see. It does look a lot like Halloween 2. Take your pick. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Rick Rosenthal, Halloween 2. Yeah. Chappie, what's up, brother? Thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer? Do you think they might be hope for Star Wars moving forward? The quick answer to that is no. I saw the trailer, watched it a couple times, and it's to be a little. There's a little bit of bias there because the stain is already in place with Star Wars. The damage is done. It's just, and it's hard to come back from that before you even see the trailer. So let's just say that trailer was the greatest freaking trailer ever presented. Like, I still think people would be only like 50% there. You might get more butts in the seats, but man, Star Wars and Disney, they've caused so much damage over the last few years, over the last week, even, so, but, trying my best to set aside that bias and just looking at the trailer on its own, it still looks bad. It's it just doesn't have that Star Wars magic about it. And I'll even say like the episode 9, the trailer was good. I was pretty excited about the trailer, but yeah, the movie was really, really bad. But maybe it'll be the flip side. Hey Holly, how are you doing? Maybe it'll be the trailer's bad, but the movie ends up being great and fun. They got Grogu in there. A lot of kids will like Grogu. You know what? I think the best you can hope for is that you have little kids go in there and they love it, right? And who am I to be mad at that, right? If this movie comes out and all of a sudden there's a big news story, kids across the nation, across the world are loving this new Mandalorian Grogu movie. It's undeniable to them. Then I think that's a beautiful thing, right? Because I remember when I was a kid, I was 10 years old when I went and saw Return of the Jedi in the theater. And looking back now, I have a lot of problems with Return of the Jedi. It's one of the weaker Star Wars movies, in my opinion. It's a frustrating movie because it has stuff that's kind of really, really bad, but then it also has like some of the most awesome stuff in the franchise with the Luke and Vader stuff. So, yeah. I was a 10-year-old kid though, and back when I saw it though, it could do no wrong. I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? So, but those the rose-colored kitty glasses are off of me right now. So, yeah. And by the way, too, guys, I'm not the biggest Mandalorian fan. I saw the episode with Luke Skywalker coming in, and I got goosebumps by that. That was cool. It's not a bad show, but I do think it was overhyped. Like the first season, I thought it was pretty slow moving. Everything felt slow about it. So, and that's not doing me any favors. Maybe my attention span is. I can tell you, as a freaking guy who watches a lot of movies, it does affect your attention span. I'm not gonna lie, it really, really does, and especially when you feel like you have to watch a lot of movies. In my position, sometimes I swear to God, guys, if I'm being real with you guys, I swear sometimes I wish I could go back to before I was a YouTube critic. Before I picked up the camera and started talking about movies, there was a magic to it, and there's still a magic to it. Don't get me wrong. I still love it. If I didn't love what I was doing, I wouldn't do it. But you can't take away that feeling of going to the movie theater with no preconceived notions, no expectations after you watch the movie. Hey Brooke, how are you doing? You just go in there, you watch the movie, it's your own private experience, and then you come out of the theater and you go about your day. You don't have to get in front of the camera. I miss that. I do miss that. There's something cool about that. And I do that every now and then, watch a movie just for enjoyment, not expecting to review it, but but sometimes I watch a movie and I'm like, I got to talk about that, just because I want to like tell my audience about it. Like when I saw Night of the Reaper, I was like, I got to tell my audience about this movie. It's a pretty cool movie. What's everybody drinking? Oh shit, man, that tastes so good. God, what's the last drink that you had that like that first drink? It was just like, oh God, that's amazing. This body armor, the orange mango. Hey Destiny, how are you doing? Lance, how are you doing? Man, I tell you, there's something about the orange mango. There's just a sweetness to it when you drink it. I think nothing beats it. It's amazing. Mm. Oh God, that's so good. And like Monster doesn't even do that to me. When I drink a Monster, I'm like, I'm drinking it because it gives me that energy that I need. But this, holy shit, it's insane. It's insane. Dave Vanderhoff, he says a double New England style IPA. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what it is. Is it alcohol? Um, Holly says Fanta orange. You know what? Maybe it's the orange in here too. I am a sucker for orange. I do love orange drink. Orange drink. So, yeah. Nuclear fusion. Now, Jake, how are you doing? I love just hanging out talking with you guys. Nuclear Fusion says, I had a new drink today. Lipton Fusion's pineapple mango iced tea lemonade. That's a mouthful. So of those 5 different flavors, which one did it taste like the most? Did it taste like tea? Did it taste like mango? Did it taste like lemonade? Did it taste like pineapple? Or 4 things? No, I haven't. I know a lot of people have seen Shelby Oaks. I'm very curious. I'm very, very curious. I definitely want to see it. You know, I want to support Chris Stuckman. I think it's so cool that he was able to make his movie, and I know that this project started out as something that he thought was going to be like $20,000, and it turned into one of the fastest growing Kickstarter campaigns, making over $1 million in like a day, or something like that. So I'm curious about it. I'm hearing things. Destiny says least favorite flavor is orange. What's everybody's least favorite flavor? That is insanity to me, Destiny. I would never ever guess anybody would say their least favorite flavor is orange. Wow. Especially, maybe that's a testament to like movies, right? Somebody's trash is another person's treasure. And what is my least favorite flavor? I guess flavor of drink. You know what? I gotta say, if anything is fruit tasting, I tend to like it. I tend to like it. Arturista, what's up, man? Did I say that right? Arturitis. The shill is definitely on today. I'm shilling like a mofo. Okay. Matter of fact, I got my shill hat on. All right. This is my shill hat. Oh. Coconut. I'm not the biggest coconut fan, Lance. That is a good pick right there. If I shifted over to the food side of things, like what's everybody's least favorite food? Like you probably ate it one time, maybe twice in your life because you just could not stomach it. My least favorite food, that's an easy one for me right now because I have a bad memory of it. Okay. It is squash. Squash. Like that will literally make me throw up. It'll make me puke. Destiny, you're freaking killing me. Refried beans? Are you serious? I love refried beans. That's insane. Destiny, I guess me and you are opposites when it comes to like food and drink. That's wild. How do you not like refried beans? That's insane. I don't like pimento cheese either. What are they? Shit, squash. That's insane. I hate it. Like that would be if you want to torture me, you could try to force feed me squash, and I would do everything in my power to spit it out. I hate it with a fiery purple passion. Hot dogs with the cheese inside. Lay Brown, you're kidding me. That's the only type of hot dog I buy. Is the ones with the cheese, the brats. Yeah, brats are good. Oh, I'm not hungry yet, but that might be what I go for tonight. Tara, how are you doing? Bacon is the grossest thing ever to me. God damn it. I got to get out of here. That's insane. Are you a vegetarian? Are you a vegetarian? You got to be a vegetarian to be saying that. That is crazy to me. Bacon is wow. Bacon makes all things good. I don't understand it. That's crazy to me, Tara. You know what? Everybody's got a different flavor, I guess. Holly says, my parents used to put medicine in my applesauce. That's like how I feed Levi. Because Levi, he's 15. Levi's been doing really well, by the way, guys. But Levi, I have to give him like 4 pills a day. You know, that's what's going to happen if your dog lives to when he's 15. But I have to come up with all different types of ways to get him to eat like the first time, because we only feed him his meal at the end of the day at 5 o'clock every day. 5 o'clock. He'll even tell you, "Hey, it's time for my meal, motherfucker." And that's when we know that he'll take his medicine, because we just put the little pills, like 4 little pills, in the top of his meal, and he goes to town. But for lunch, it's always tricky. It's because some treats he likes, but they have to be super, super fresh. If the treats start getting any like 2% stale, Levi's like you'll try to put it, and he's like this, like, and if you try to bring it over here, he'll do like this. He just does everything he can to tell you, I'm not eating that shit. It's got to be super, super, super fresh. Okay. Some neat. Yes, I did. I got your fan mail. Matter of fact, I'm looking at it right here. Some neat. I'll let you answer this. Do you want me to open your fan mail right now, or do you want me to save it for the drum box? I will let you decide. I will do a special opening on this live stream for you, some neat, right now if you want. Okay. Peanut butter and jelly. Lance, now you're talking. Peanut butter jelly. Yes. I do love peanut butter and jelly. Especially like, guys, what's your favorite bread? You know, because there's like honey wheat, there's the 100% whole wheat. I gotta have like, you know, kind of like the holes in your bread, not like full holes that go all the way through, but like just like half holes. But I don't know what it is. I gotta have little holes in my bread, and it's gotta be. I call it the red bread. It's it's like a sweet tasting wheat bread, but it's in a red package, so I always call it red bread, right? Wheat with honey is really good, Lance. I do like that. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly with honey wheat. I call it the Heisenberg sandwich. If you watched Breaking Bad, you'd probably get that reference. Pork chop sandwiches. Pork chop sandwiches. He's serious. Fish and chips. That does. I love pork chops, fish and chips, chicken wings, and apple pie. You just made me think of. It might be Sarah Lee. Tara. You just made me think of that. What is it? G.I. Joe pork chop sandwiches. Have you guys ever seen that? Did somebody answer? Hold on, let me see if somebody answered. I get carried away. Let me see. Did he answer? Did you guys see him answer? Or maybe he ducked in and ducked out. I don't know. I'm looking. No, have it for the drum box. Okay. Thank you, some neat. I will save it for the drum box for maximum exposure. Okay. Let me show you the pork chop sandwiches video, because we're just shooting the shit, right? Have any of you, just say yes or no, have you seen the pork chop sandwiches G.I. Joe video? Yes or no, right now in the chat, let me know while I pull it up. All right. No. That's enough for me. All right. Let me get these on, because I don't want to miss this. This is awesome. Guys, you are in for a treat. All right. You want to laugh? Get ready to laugh. Okay. Get ready to laugh. All right. Let me pull this up. Share screen. Pork chop sandwiches. Share. And here we go. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? Get ready. I hope to God you can hear this. Here we go. Let me make sure my volume's up. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, disco.
You're not cooking. Yeah, dude.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Go! Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot! Fuck, we're all dead! Get the fuck out! My God, did that smell good?
Detective, there's no going, and
God,
you
it's so
tell
good.
me do things. I done running.
One more time? You want to do it one more time? Here we go. Here we go. One more time. All right, here we go.
You're not cooking. Yeah, dude.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Go! Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot! Fuck, we're all dead! Get the fuck out! My God, did that smell good?
Detective, there's no going, and you tell me do things. I done running.
Oh God, that's
G.I. Joe!
okay. Wow. Okay, let me hide the comment. All right. Well, guys, thank you. I'm glad that I could treat you with that. I'm sure you enjoyed it. It's the greatest thing ever. One of my military buddies showed me that way back in maybe 20 years ago now. 20 years ago, he showed me that. He's like, "You're gonna like this, man," and he wasn't wrong. Okay, let's do the Hand That Rocks the Cradle trailer. Okay, let's do that. Hold on. All right, let me pull this up. Unfortunately, no. I have this. Guys, I still haven't even seen this version, and I've heard it's great. I have the DVD. Somebody sent me the DVD. But Jason, did you get it, man? I'm jealous. I hear it's sold out too. I'm not like dying, like kicking myself that I didn't get it. I'm fine. I'm sleeping well at night. It's no big deal because I did get the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, Steelbook box set. Okay, as long as I have that, I'm good. Did any of you guys almost pull the trigger on the Halloween 1 through 5 pumpkin set, Steelbook set? Dude, I literally had that thing in the cart at least 3 times up to the submit. I literally had, and I almost did it. I came this freaking close. I was going to do it, but I was just like, God, I can't pay freaking $400 for 5 movies that I already got. I just can't do it. I'll find a light up pumpkin somewhere because that's really what I wanted to display it back there with maybe like the light up pumpkin, but that's all it would do. I would never freaking take the movie out. So why do it? But you know what though? I'm actually not mad at myself for having this DVD. Look how shiny that is. You know, you can sell me with a shine. All right, look at that, guys. That looks gorgeous, actually. You know what? I'm not even mad. I'll take this. I know that the other one's got like the unrated cut or something like that. I've never even seen the movie, so I love the original. I have the original. I got the Criterion edition of the original. But yeah. But I have it on display. I got it on display here. So that way I can at least look at it when I pass it, and I look at it and I say, "Hey, you, one day I'm gonna watch you," and I say that. I say it out loud, and my wife's like, "Who are you talking to?" And I'm like, "Night of the Living Dead remake. Who else would I be talking to?" So yeah. All right, guys. Hand That Rocks the Cradle. How many of you have seen the original Hand That Rocks the Cradle? Oh man. Before we watch the trailer, okay, let me just share my story of the original. And I can tie this into the military because everybody remembers the last movie that they watched before an important event, right? Like maybe if some of you are married in there, okay? Can you remember the last movie you watched before you got married? Then maybe the night before you got married, or maybe even the day you got married before you walked down the aisle. I'm sure a lot of you, if you got in a church, you probably didn't watch any movies that day. But this was the movie I watched the night before I went to basic training. 1992, January of 1992. That's why I'll always have a special soft spot in my heart for the original Hand That Rocks the Cradle. And thank God it was like an awesome movie. That movie blew me away, and I needed that little boost. Let me say thank you. Shad, thank you so much, man. That's really, really nice of you. I appreciate that. Ashley, how are you doing? Shot, if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, man, you give me $10. I want to talk about something for you. I can tell you how beautiful you are. Yeah, Holly, the original is a freaking all-time classic. Was Sharon Stone ever considered for the evil woman role? You know what? She would have been a good pick, but I don't think anybody could ever top Rebecca De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay owned that role, and I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. As much as I love Maika Monroe, she ain't touching Rebecca De Mornay. It just ain't happening. All right, I'd like her to prove me wrong, but she's not. That's top freaking tier. Do you guys agree? Okay. Yeah. Wow. I'm happy here too, Joseph. So yeah, that was the movie I saw before, and it just blew my freaking mind. I loved her performance. The movie was edgy too, you know, especially like in the opening scene when you have Annabella Sciorra going to the doctor to have a checkup on her pregnancy, and the doctor violates her. It's some pretty racy stuff back then, some pretty heavy stuff. And then, you know, it's a movie that just never lets up, but it's subtle, you know, it's not like a loud movie that's just constantly in your face. Everything's kind of under the current. That's the beauty of Hand That Rocks the Cradle. You always feel this feeling of unease as you're watching it. You don't trust her whatsoever. You know, she's dangerous. And those are the best villains, the ones that use their mind and they're manipulative. I even say, like, I think women make the best villains in movies when done properly, because they also have that seduction factor that they can use. You know, there's a few different aspects of women that I think trumps men in as far as, you know, we're men. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Max Cady from Cape Fear, Robert De Niro. That's an amazing freaking villain, and there's tons of them. But if you can really nail a female villain, they don't always nail it. Don't get me wrong, especially these days. A lot of times these days they drop the ball. Right? Subtlety. That's what you got to do, right, Rick? Rick Michaels, how you doing, brother? Yeah. All right, let's watch this trailer. Have you guys seen the trailer? Yes or no? Let me know. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Disco.
Hi, we're considering hiring Pauline Murphy as a nanny, and I was curious about your experience with her.
She's amazing. Really became a part of our family.
Yeah, there's the seduction factor.
What do you know about her, besides what she's told you?
You're wearing my dress.
Yeah.
You don't see what's been happening. They go into her room. They're in there for hours.
You're struggling again.
Is there something wrong with my mom? She's sad. Doesn't like herself. Your mom's pretending to be someone else. Who is she? I know you're their friend, but this feels like my house now.
Emergency. Emergency.
You're my favorite. I'm going with her! What I want is for you to rot in hell. You think if you try hard enough, you can stop bad things from happening. But you can't.
It does look like pretty much they're following the same beats of the original. I didn't see too many, because I was actively looking for differences in there. If you guys noticed any, let me know. But I wasn't seeing any. And I like that Mary Elizabeth Winstead's in this. I like that Maika Monroe. I like the cast. I think it's a great cast for today. But yeah, I think it's also movies at that time frame in the early 90s. They just looked different. Of course, you have a different crop of actors back then, and I just feel like I don't know. There was more of like an organic quality to the act. Like it was more believable. And don't get me wrong, Maika Monroe's really, really great actress, as well as Mary Elizabeth Winstead. But can they break through that barrier of I'm watching acting or this? Like when I watched the original, Rebecca De Mornay felt real to me. Like I was afraid when I was watching her. I was yelling at the screen. Davey, what's up, brother? I was yelling at the screen. Get away from her. Don't trust her. I felt like I wanted to protect everybody that was in her vicinity. I'm hoping that this movie gives me that vibe. It looks like a Hulu movie. It's coming to Hulu too. You notice that guy? And it looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's got that digital look to it. That's another thing I really miss about those 90s obsession thrillers that were shot on 35 millimeter. There was just so much more depth to them, like literally. But don't get me wrong, this looks great. I'll be there. I'm a big fan of this property. I'll be there day one. So we got the little kid, get the little baby. There's and then yes, she's being seductive to the dad. That's in the original. They didn't really showcase the, which they probably wouldn't in the trailer, but they didn't really showcase the husband that she had. That if you've seen the original, he takes his own life because like I was talking about earlier, there's a violation of the mother, Annabella Sciorra, and oh yeah, Swim Fan's a really good one, and so it becomes publicized, highly publicized, and then he takes his own life, and so it's a revenge story, and I'm sorry that I said that because that's probably something that they're gonna reveal like in the last act of this movie, when they start. Who is this person that's causing all this damage in at the beginning of Act 3, and then they start, digging into her past because that's what they did in the original. So, Destiny, you got to see Swim Fan. Oh my God, Wild Things, another great one. What happened to the effective? Like, guys, what happened to the obsession thriller? Yes, they do make them these days, but they're bad. There's something, I don't know, there's something off about them. Could this be a return to the effective obsession thriller? Maybe it could. It looks like the acting's really good in it. It looks like Maika Monroe's really giving it her all. I think when you get a part like this, when you know how beloved the original is, you don't want to fuck this up, right? You don't want to fuck this up. I'm looking for some clues in here that maybe I missed in the trailer. And it's pretty much the same, in the original, she wears her clothes. So, let me ask you guys this that have seen the original. Would you prefer them to put a new twist on this? Or do you kind of want them to stay in the lane, right? Not to say that you have to psycho this bitch and copy every frame, but just kind of, stay the same, the same beats, I guess, plot beats. Do you want them to do that, or do you want them to like really kind of throw a curveball somewhere along the way? I'm kind of half and half on that, because if you do that, like you don't want to do it like they did in like Pet Sematary, the Pet Sematary remake. I hated that they spoiled that in the trailer. I remember it was a big freaking to-do when they spoiled that twist in the trailer because I thought this could be interesting to swap Gage with the little girl. But I'll never know what my true feeling of that was because I already knew it when I went to go see it in the theater. And I do that can ruin your experience. So, Never Talk to Strangers. Yeah, that movie wasn't good. Love John Lithgow though. And guys, how many times have we seen this in movies? Somebody they're cutting carrots, they're cutting meat, they're cutting something, and then they cut their finger. I mean, it's just like, it's like the what do you call it? The starter pack, right? The obsession movie starter pack or the thriller starter pack. They got to put a freaking somebody cutting on a cutting board, and they're either might cut their finger off or they cut themselves. They do it in every freaking one of these thrillers. So yeah, I'm totally down with that though. That looks freaking good. I got to take a drink. Take a drink. Damn, time's flying. Let's do one more story. That's so good. So good. Knock, knock. Guys, what is the last obsession thriller that was actually great? The last obsession thriller. I can't think of it. Maybe you guys will remind me. I can't. All of them have been crap. You know, they even had like the Single White Female, which they are a remaking again, but they had The Roommate, and that was crap. Scarefest. Are you coming to Scarefest this October 18th to meet Danielle? Probably not. I don't jump to go to the conventions like I used to. I've met Danielle twice. You know, she was nice the second time. But you know, I can't. I've talked about that before. I won't even talk about it again. Because I have like both different sides of the coin for that opinion. You know, I get that you get overwhelmed and you don't want to like be super friendly. But then on the flip side of that, that's the only thing you're being paid for. And you want to give that fan the best experience that you can possibly give them. But maybe I caught her on a bad day, you know, and it wasn't like horrible, you know, it was just kind of, I felt kind of pushed aside. That's what I felt the first time. Second time was a different story though. But that it helped that it was a Sunday. There's a tip for you. If you've never been to a convention, go on a Sunday afternoon. There's nobody there on Sunday afternoon. I had her full attention then, you know. I'll tell you who was an absolute sweetheart though, was Kathleen Kinmont. Me and Kathleen Kinmont, man, we were talking like old buddies. I was talking I had a good like maybe 10-minute conversation with her. She gave me her email address, which I still have on my phone right here. She said, if you ever want to interview me, I'm more than happy to do it. Here's my email. She gave me her email. And she was so freaking sweet. If they announced Ellie Cornell was coming, then I would probably go. Okay. But I don't need to meet Danielle Harris again. I just don't. All right. Oh, here we go. Now the real talk begins. Showgirls or striptease? That's a tough one because both movies have really bad. I'm gonna go Showgirls, even though Showgirls has some really, really bad stuff in it, like just annoying. Like I found her so annoying in some of the scenes, like the scene where the beginning of the movie where she's at the burger joint with her friend. And they order a burger and fries, and the burger and fries look so good. And she's in a bad mood, and she literally like takes the burger and fries and just slams it against the table, and the fries like fly all over the place. And I was just like, "What? Stop that!" You know, I'm a cheeseburger fry guy. Okay, you don't want to like cross that line. So that pissed me off. But yeah, Gina Gershon is always a welcome thing in there. This is the easiest question I've ever answered in my entire life. Jesus. Halloween 4 for sure. Yeah. Verhoeven, man. You can't go. Verhoeven is one of my all-time favorite directors. Like, I will jump to watch anything Verhoeven does. He is the master. And I think he's probably one of the most underrated directors in history. He should be up there with freaking Tarantino and Spielberg. And, you know, and Tarantino loves Verhoeven. A lot of, you know, top-notch directors, when you mention Verhoeven to them, they're like, oh, fuck yeah, Verhoeven. Yeah, hell yeah. Everybody has a Verhoeven because he wasn't afraid to cross a line in a movie. I got a story to tell. I need to make an impact, which I think is a big problem these days. You need to make an impact, and more times than not, they don't cross that line. Verhoeven, he not only crossed the line, he wiped it out. You know, he gave you an experience that you will never forget. Right? That was Verhoeven, man. Like Hollow Man, RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct. I mean, I could go on and on and on. The guy was just a freaking genius. Genius. Starship Troopers. Scott Lauderdale, what's up, brother? Okay, let's go to this. Let me see. This just popped up. We'll go ahead and entertain it real quick. Halloween, the game, stalks consoles and PCs next September. Let's click on that. All right, so I guess let's watch it. Halloween gameplay, release date trailer. Here we go.
Rarely do teams get the incredible opportunity of exploring and creating a game around iconic horror legends like Michael Myers. In Halloween, players get to relive that fateful night in 1978 and step back into the town of Haddonfield, Illinois. I'm Miles Dompierre from Ilphonic, and today I'm thrilled to present an extended look at gameplay for Halloween. With the help of Unreal Engine 5, we've been able to reconstruct the quiet town of Haddonfield in stunning detail. Remaining authentic to the 70s era aesthetics was essential to how we crafted our play spaces. When players navigate these environments, they'll be surrounded by decor that delightfully preserves a special moment in time. Throughout these locations, randomized townsfolk NPCs are living their lives, completely unaware of the danger lurking right outside their windows. These NPCs serve as the game's primary objectives. Stepping behind the mask of this infamous killer, Michael's goal is to find, stalk, and kill the residents of Haddonfield before Halloween night ends. Once you've honed in and stalked a target, it's time to choose the perfect moment to strike. Oh! Michael comes equipped with an array of unpredictable endowments, but the most powerful is Shape Jump. When in Shape Jump, Michael is invisible to the naked eye. What? This is our interpretation of Michael's inexplicable tendency to suddenly appear in completely unexpected places and catch victims off guard. Players can also choose from a broad range of compelling civilian hero characters that have witnessed the wrath of Michael and need to warn their neighbors before it's too late. Finding an active phone will allow you to call the police and attempt to convince them to send in help. Just remember, you may be able to knock him down, but you can't kill the boogeyman. We hope you've enjoyed this extended look at gameplay for Halloween. We've only scratched the surface of what's shaping up to be a truly special and murderous sandbox horror experience. And we can't wait for you all to join us in Haddonfield when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
That looks freaking glorious. Holy crap. Could this be the game that forces me to actually buy a console? Because I don't own a PS5. Didn't own a PS4. I'm not a gamer. But that looks like that might be fun to play, actually. I don't know. You guys gonna pick that up? It looks good though. Looks fun. Now is the time. It might be the time, Jason. Let's see if there's any other news. Hold on. Let's see what else we got. I'll let you guys look with me. Hold on. All right. Holler if you see a story you want me to cover, okay? I'll let you guys pick. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, how the shining character Dick Halloran factors into It, Welcome to Derry. I haven't seen the new trailer yet. You know. All Fear, All Year, ranking Universal Horrors Unleashed, Las Vegas Haunts, Black Phone 2, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Fantastic Fest screening reactions, praise. Yeah, I saw some reactions on that. I'm dying to see that. I love Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's probably one of my favorite franchises. I love it. Grow Your Fear with Jason Voorhees. Alien Earth creator Noah Hawley weighs in on season 2 potential. Yeah, they definitely left it open for season 2. I need to do I need to do a review. I stopped reviewing the show after episode 5 because after episode 5, the world went to shit. I remember, and it kind of threw my rhythm off. And when you're doing TV, if you skip an episode, like another episode, then it just throws your everything off, and then you're just like, screw it. Because I did like 5 reviews in a row, but yeah. So I don't know. I might still review the last episode, but overall, I like the show, though. I do. I don't think it's amazing or anything, but I had a good time with it. I definitely had a good time with it. One thing, Keeper, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Keeper. I'm not saying any crazy news stories, but I do need to talk about Coyote. Let me pull up Coyote. Let me see. 2025. We'll go with that, I guess. So I'll give you a quick live review. I was gonna record a pre-recorded review for Coyotes. I watched it last night, but I figured since I'm up here, I might as well just give you the quick down and dirty review of it. Directed by Colin Minahan. I'm not familiar with his work, but I think the big reason everybody is drawn to this is because Justin Long. Anytime Justin Long, his name pops up in horror, we come around, right? Because the guy is just, oftentimes he's gold. Like I loved him in Barbarian. He's fantastic in Barbarian. Jeepers Creepers, of course. But, there's a long list of great roles that Justin Long has done. I've often compared him as like the modern day Michael J. Fox. He's just got that factor that Michael J. Fox had, that charisma that it's almost like you can't really teach that. You just have to have, like, could you teach what Michael J. Fox had? No, you can't, right? You have to be Michael J. Fox. Originally wanted Michael J. Fox to be in Back to the Future, but then they couldn't because of his contract with Family Ties, and so they went with Eric Stoltz. And Eric Stoltz is just not Michael J. Fox. That was what they wanted for Marty McFly. So same thing with Justin Long. And I think if they ever did, which although I think Justin Long's too old now to do it, but if they ever did a modern day Back to the Future, it's too bad because 10 years ago, Justin Long would have been perfect for a modern Back to the Future. Would you guys agree with that? I think he would have. But Coyotes, I didn't know anything about this movie. I think I saw a couple of reviews sprinkled across YouTube on it. And then I was like, Coyotes, I think like the horror show, I think they reviewed it. And I was like, Coyotes, what is that? And I checked out the trailer, and it's like a creature feature. And it's like a down-to-earth, realistic creature feature. Like these are real coyote. It's not like I don't think there's a science fiction element to this movie. There is one scene in the movie where they sort of allude to the possibility that these are enhanced. And if you guys have seen this movie, maybe I'm way off here, but I could have swore there was a moment in the movie where it felt like they were trying to say that, like, how in a lot of movies there'll be like some kind of chemical that's accidentally spilled and it comes in contact with a creature, and then it kind of enhances the creature, makes the alligator 5 times bigger, right? Something like that. So don't quote me on that if you watch this movie, but I thought I remembered something like that. Coyotes. So the premise here is they all live in Hollywood, and remember, like last year when they had the fires, right? And it was all over the news. I think that was back in January, wasn't it? And I wonder if that might have inspired this movie, because there is like a fire in the Hollywood Hills in this movie as well. And I couldn't help but think of that. But the houses that they live in look like those houses in the Hollywood Hills. And, he has this like the main family is Justin Long, Kate Bosworth, and they got this daughter. And the beginning of the movie, he has like this exterminator there. And the exterminator's like... he's kind of like the shady character of the movie. He's kind of a dick. But the overall theme of this movie, before I get into the creature stuff, is Justin Long. And the name of his character, let me pull it up here. I got it on IMDb. And that's a little clue for you, because usually if a movie's really, really great, the names jump out at me. Okay. But like even on IMDb, he has no name. It says Justin Long. Okay. Brittany Allen, who I'm always a fan of, it has her name, Julie. But in the movie, they have like these splash screens for each character. Like every time a character is introduced, there's like a splash screen and like an animated type image of the character, like out of a comic book. And as I'm watching that, I'm like, there's got to be a reason they're doing that. But no, there's no reason. And it's kind of like weird that it's in there for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, Kate Bosworth is his wife. Maybe they don't have names in the movie, although there's a splash screen, so maybe they do have a name. But the overall theme of this movie is Justin Long's character is a wuss. He's a big fat pussy, is what he is. Okay. And that's established in the movie. He doesn't have courage. It's like the cowardly lion or whatever. And they're in a situation where they are potentially being attacked by coyotes. And so yeah, they have these moments where his wife is sort of like, are you going to man up? She's not expecting him to man up at all. There's one scene where he's going to run maybe for help or something like that. And she's like, I don't think I've ever seen him run in my life, So that's kind of the main theme of the movie, is finding your courage. And of course, because it's Justin Long, you're going to have some comedic elements in there. My big problem with this movie is it doesn't really bring anything new to the table with the themes that it's doing, with the script, with the punchlines, the jokes that it's trying to tell. Everything feels kind of regurgitated. There's no like line in this movie that just really jumps out at you like, oh my God, that's a great line. I'm never gonna forget that. That's awesome. Like, I was talking about like Back to the Future. There's actually, funny enough, in Back to the Future, one of the themes of that movie was Marty McFly, and especially George McFly finding his courage. Okay, so yeah, you can. But that movie had so many freaking amazing lines. I'm your density. I mean your destiny. Like every line of that movie is just gold. This movie, everything feels like it's stuff that you've heard before. It feels kind of lazy. And so you can't really gravitate towards any of the characters that well. There are, caricature archetypes. Like Brittany Allen, she's married to this douchebag guy. And they seem like they have a tumultuous type relationship. They're wild, So you got Justin Long and Kate Bosworth are like the squeaky clean type couple. And so there's potential there to, when you mix that formula together, to have some really fun hijinks. But again, they're just not really creative with where they go with it. Like Brittany Allen ends up with them and they're all trying to save themselves. But here's the big problem of the movie. If you're going into a creature feature, you better have a very formidable creature in there. Like in Crawl, right? With the I think it was alligators in Crawl. And boy, they were lethal. And sometimes they would just pop up out of the blue. There was tons of freaking bloodshed. And it was just a blast of a movie. And it never let up. And you're gripping your seat the whole way. And so this movie, it's like they turned the levels down to like, instead of turning it up to like, 100, it feels like it's like 20, which is what my mic was at the beginning of this. Okay. I never felt scared. The coyotes, they look cool, even though they're all CGI, but there's like one or two scenes where they like bite a guy's finger off or something like that. But I swear I counted maybe like 2 or 3 scenes where you get some good creature feature bloody action, right? I'd say like, that's what, 5 minutes of, like, if you were to take those scenes in this movie and add them up, you're getting maybe 5 minutes. That's what you're getting. And even in those 5 minutes, it's so quick that there's just no impact. There's no impact. Justin Long and Kate Bosworth are fine, but they're not like, oh my God, I love these characters so much. I'm rooting so hard for Justin Long. And really, Justin Long's charisma that he normally has in movies, it's kind of turned up to maybe 30%. It's not, his full potential, like in Barbarian, right? Barbarian, oh my God, Justin Long stole that movie, at least as far as I'm concerned. I had such a blast with him. He was this injection of great comic relief. And that's what I got out of this movie. And he just didn't really do much. This felt like collecting a paycheck. Okay. That's what this movie felt like. It just wasn't anything special. And unfortunately, I'm giving it a 2 hours lost. It's a 2 hours lost type movie. I can't recommend it to you guys. But if you're like dying to watch a creature feature, it comes out October 3rd. If there's nothing else to watch, really, if you're looking, like, guys, what's your favorite movie theater snack? Okay. Do you get the popcorn or do you get the nachos? Okay. Let's say you wake up on a Saturday morning, there's nothing else playing, which I think by October 3rd, there's quite a few movies coming out, but you're dying for popcorn, right? Or you're freaking dying for nachos like I usually do. Okay. I went to the movie just because I needed nachos. All right. That's happened. So yeah, that if you're dying to catch a creature feature that's not good, then yeah, go see Coyotes. And I went in, I thought I was going to like this movie. Okay. It looks nice. It's slick, but yeah, box of Butterfingers. There you go. Love Butterfingers, right? Scott Lauderdale. Yeah. I can go for some Butterfinger. Why not? Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's my review for, Coyotes. I knocked that out. I don't have to record it now. I can just clip it out. But yeah, it was just. But yeah, it's not like I wasted that hour and a half, right? It was, it was something to pass the time. It's a background movie. That's what it is. Background noise. That's all it is. Okay. So, Holly, are you talking about this movie? It's Justin Long and Kate Bosworth. They're the two main leads in the movie. Okay. Popcorn mixed with Bunch of Crunch is always a good thing. Okay. Do you have an Alamo draft? No, I wish I did. I've heard so many great things about Alamo. Isn't that where they have like a Fantastic Fest too? Like I might have to go. I might need to apply for Fantastic Fest next year. I think it's in Texas. I think it's in Alamo Draft House. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind going to experience that, right? But I've heard, not, setting aside Fantastic Fest, I've heard Alamo Draft House itself is a great experience. And like if you like turn your phone on in the theater, they'll get on to you, They're a little bit more strict about things, which is cool. So yeah, I would love to go. South by Southwest, Destiny, is that what that festival is? I'll have to look up and see where. You know what? Let's look it up. Hold on. Let's find out together. Where is Fantastic Fest? All right, let's see. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it's Austin, Texas. There we go. Austin, Texas. Okay. Piper Waves, thank you so much. Love the channel, man. I'm going to see Strangers 2 tomorrow night. Me too. Wanted to know if you've seen it early and to know if I should lower my expectations. Yes, you should lower your expectations. And no, I have not seen it early. But that's a safe bet. Let me ask you this, Paper Waves. Did you like Strangers Chapter 1? Because I think if you like Strangers Chapter 1, then maybe there's a good chance you'll like this one. I did not like Strangers Chapter 1 at all. I thought it was really, really bad. But I'm curious, really curious about this movie for some reason. So, yeah. Guys, in the chat, are you guys going to see it tomorrow night? Who's going to see Strangers Chapter 2? I'm not going to lie. I am excited. It's a night at the movies. I get my nachos. I get my drink. I get to watch a home invasion slasher, or I guess a hospital invasion slasher. I've had worse times, okay? Even if the movie's bad, I've had worse times, okay? If you end up in, let me hit that. If you end up in Austin, Lee, hit up Waterloo Records. I found some great records at that place. I will do that. Thank you very much. I love good recommendations. So, yeah. All right, guys, I think that's where we're going to end it. We had what did we do? Let's recap, okay? What did we do? We did a little grab ass at first. We talked about food because I always do that in my live streams. We talked about Hand That Rocks Cradle. We did Halloween, the game. and then we reviewed Coyotes, and we talked about Stranger Chapter 2, right? We talked about food, though. That the most important takeaway from this stream was the food talk, okay? Antonis says he's going to wait until it comes to digital. And I can't blame you. I can't blame you, especially like movie theater tickets are expensive these days. But yeah, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I had such a blast hanging out with you. And you know, if I could do these more for like an hour at a time, like maybe once a week, I'll do that with you. Okay, guys. And don't worry, patrons and channel members. We're definitely going to do one of these, probably like a commentary together. Okay, guys. That's coming soon. All right. I haven't forgotten about that. All right. But take care of each other. If you're going to see the movie tomorrow night, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time. Okay. Love you guys.